Now, what is it that God has promised you? Everybody in here has received a promise from God somewhere. Somewhere down the line, God has promised you something. And because of the challenges, because of the circumstances, Jesus, somebody put some perfume on me. I mean, some powder. Because of whatever you're going through, you have more or less forgot the promise. You know, trials and crises, especially crises, can cover up the promise if you're not careful. But with God, nothing shall be impossible. God promised you. God promised me in 1987, I'm going to use you, and you're going to be my vessel, my servant, to bring in thousands of people to my kingdom. You're going to be my vessel to build crusade teams ministering all over the world. You're going to be my vessel that will cause families to be reunited. You're going to be my vessel. And I looked at me, and I looked at my situation, where I was, how I was, where I was. And God started ministering to me last night all over again. He showed me the vision all over again. Made me to see things all over again. And gave me this word. For with God, no thing, nothing shall be impossible. And some of you need to reflect back and remember. You had goals. I mean, godly goals. You have godly aspirations. I mean, this ain't no wicked stuff. And you're looking at where you are now. You're looking at what your situation and circumstances are now. What the Lord told me to tell you. For with God, nothing. If God said it, if God said it, nothing shall be impossible. God told you you were going to do this. You know that was God. You know God told you. God told you you're going to be entrepreneurs. You're going to own businesses. You're going to build stuff. He told you that. That was God told you that. But you're looking at your bankroll just like these 2 quarters this boy gave me today. Well, the word of the Lord to you is, Brother Ware, and nothing shall be impossible with God. Nothing. Brother and Sister Spence, for with God, nothing shall be impossible. Quick. Look at me, child. Hold your head up. Let me see your eyes. Move your hair. God told me to tell you this. For with God, nothing shall be impossible. You know the cry of your spirit. You know what your desire really is. You know what God told you. See, that's the key, y'all. It's with God. He said it. Ain't nothing you made up. Nothing you just wished. Nothing that looked good and seemed right. And it will be a good thing if you can do it. But it ain't what God said. I'm talking about what God said. And that's what we need to distinguish in this today. You know, because we'll leave out here saying, I'm going to get a Rolls Royce in the morning. That ain't what God said. It's what God said. And all of us in here, if you are a Christian, if you're really born again, then God has told you something. And you haven't seen it yet. But God told me to tell you, he has not forgot his promise. He has not forgotten. Come on, everybody stand to your feet. I'm finished. Come on, lift your